Good afternoon. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn for MyDORGov, short for MyDOR Government Account. This webinar is hosted by the State and Local Finance Division of the Wisconsin Department of Revenue. Throughout the webinar, we'll refer to the Wisconsin Department of Revenue as DOR. My name is Nick Forster. I'm a supervisor in the Local Government Services Bureau with the State and Local Finance Division. Thank you all for joining us. Today, we're going over MyDORGov. We'll walk you through the various parts of the system, practice filing a form, and at the end, we'll provide you with valuable resources. First, let's go over some basic housekeeping items. To use GoToWebinar, click the orange arrow to expand your panel to see more options. If you'd like to download the presentation, it's located in the handout section of the webinar. To ask a question during the webinar, type your question in the area that says, "Enter a question for staff." We'll respond to your questions throughout the webinar. We'll also post a recording along with the questions and answers from today's presentation on the DOR training page about a week after this webinar. If you ask a question that doesn't get addressed during the webinar, don't worry, we'll include it in our post-webinar posting. Joining us today are various staff who work with MyDORGov. They'll be answering your questions throughout the webinar. In this webinar, we'll provide a detailed overview of MyDORGov, which includes getting access to the system, using the homepage dashboard, updating your contact information, managing your own access. We'll show you how to request an office or request access to an office or form, giving others permission on your behalf, which includes approving, denying, or removing access. We'll also show you how to navigate the system and how to reset your account. We'll also provide you with additional resources and how to find online help. We want to clarify that DOR also has My Tax Account, or MTA. That's the system for filing sales and use tax or withholding tax forms and paying certain taxes or fees, like the $150 tax increment district TID administrative fee, if you have a TID in your municipality. MTA is a separate system, and we will not discuss it in this webinar. If you need a refresher in My Tax Account or are new to your role, visit DOR's training page on the website to register for an upcoming MTA webinar or view one that was recorded. If you represent a manufacturer or file M forms in My Tax Account, look for the My Tax Account for Manufacturers webinar from January 23rd. Today we're focusing on MyDORGov. So who should attend this webinar? Municipal clerks and treasurers, county clerks and treasurers, accountants or auditors who file forms for the office holders, and representatives from special districts, utility companies, and Wisconsin tribes. If you are a register of deeds, you don't have anything to file in MyDORGov, so you won't see anything related to your job during this webinar. If you are a real property lister and you file the Statement of Assessment, or SOA, for your municipalities, using the file transfer option, you don't need access to MyDORGov. However, a property lister may request access from a municipal clerk to file other forms on their behalf, such as the Open Book and Board of Review calendar. We'll go over how to request access and file forms later in this webinar. Now, I'll turn it over to Lynn Oldenburg, who will walk you through the system.
Thank you, Nick. Hello, everyone. My name is Lynn Oldenburg. I'm an auditor with the State and Local Finance Division at DOR. Thank you for joining us today. I'm happy to show you how to navigate MyDORGov. MyDORGov is DOR's e-filing system for local government officials and other representatives. Local government officials include elected roles such as municipal clerks and treasurers or county clerks and treasurers. Other representatives include roles like representatives from lake or sanitary districts, utility companies, Wisconsin tribes and accountants who help file reports for a municipality or an assessor. In this system, you can e-file your required DOR forms or reports, view previously filed forms, and review notifications sent by DOR. Most forms filed through MyDORGov are filed with the State and Local Finance Division. Also in this system, you can maintain your contact information and manage your access. Let's start with accessing the system. On the DOR website, go to the Governments tab. Click the blue MyDORGov icon at the top of the page. The first time you enter the system, you will see the email authorization page. Access to MyDORGov remains in effect for 30 days. If you don't access the system for 30 days or access the MyDORGov system from a different computer, you'll be prompted to complete the email authorization process again. Provide your email address and click Login. You'll receive a one-time email with a link to access MyDORGov, which takes you to the MyDORGov homepage. If you don't receive an email within a few minutes, check your junk or spam folders. You might have to add a spam exception for @wisconsin.gov and then try re-entering your email address. If you have problems accessing MyDORGov, try using another browser. For example, if you have issues using MyDORGov in Edge, try using it in Chrome. If you received the email with the link in Microsoft Outlook, the link may open in Edge. To access the system using Chrome instead, copy and paste the link into the Chrome browser rather than just clicking the link in the email. If this is the first time you log into MyDORGov, you'll see a user summary window. Enter your information to create your user profile and save. The email address you enter in the user summary section will be the email address in your user profile, which is linked to accessing MyDORGov. You are now on the MyDORGov homepage showing a No Assigned Offices message, which contains instructions on how to get started. If you don't hold an office, form filing, historical filing, and notifications are disabled until you have access. Follow the instructions to request an office or to request access, which will show how to do this shortly. After your account is active, this is what the homepage dashboard looks like. The homepage provides access to all the services you need. Periodically, we'll place a system-wide message in a box at the top of the homepage. Here, you can see a message about today's webinar. Let's start navigating MyDORGov by clicking User Information. On the User Information page, you can see your contact information, manage access requests if you are an office holder, and request access on behalf of an office holder. To review or update your contact information, click Edit User Profile. Here you can update your name, phone, fax number, or address. You cannot update your email address from this window. In a few moments, we'll show you how to update your email address by filing the official contact information form. This form is DOR's updated process for municipalities and counties to update their contact information to us. DOR no longer makes these updates. You'll see this window pop up the first time you log in each calendar year. You can enter updates and select Save to continue, or just click Save if all the information is correct. We'll click Save to continue. If you are an assessor and need to update your email address, go to Manage Users in the eReader system. If you are assessment staff, work with your assessor to update your access. On the user information page, there are two panels below the user profile. The left panel contains your office summary. This area lists elected offices or roles you hold. DOR grants you permission for these offices. If you are an office holder, such as a municipal clerk, treasurer, or clerk treasurer, that office is listed here under Current Offices Held. As you can see, our example user, Krista Sample, holds 3 offices: clerk for the City of Sturgeon Bay, treasurer for Door County, and Special District Representative for the Liberty Grove Sanitary District Number 1. If you see an office you no longer hold, you can request to have it removed. When you click the X, you are asked to confirm the office removal. When you confirm, an email is sent to DOR to process your removal request. This office is moved to the Pending Office Removals section until DOR reviews and removes the office. If an office you hold is not listed, you can submit a request to DOR by clicking Request Office at the top of the page. Reminder that DOR grants office permissions for elected officials or other representatives, which include municipal or county clerk, municipal or county treasurer, municipal clerk treasurer, special district representative, technical college representative, utility company representative, and tribal government representative. To request an office, you must first select the office type from the drop-down menu. Enter the district name or code and select the district. You can also enter the name of the prior office holder. This is optional. If you don't know the prior office holder, you can leave this field blank. Enter an explanation in the comments field. Comments are very helpful to staff reviewing your office requests. We verify this information for new office holders by reviewing the district's or company's website, and some websites are not updated timely. If this is the case, you may receive a phone call from us. Click Cancel at any time to return to your user information page. Clicking Cancel cancels your office holder request. We won't do that today. We'll click Send. This sends an email to DOR to process your office request. You can see your request under the Pending Office Requests section on the left side panel. After DOR processes your office request, you'll receive an email notifying you of the decision. If approved, you can log into MyDORGov and begin using the system. If denied, we'll provide you information so you can follow up. Remember, only request an office if you hold the actual office. If you're helping a neighboring clerk or your lake district and need access to that district's form, you must submit an access request, which we'll discuss next. The right side panel under the User Profile section contains your access summary, which is granted by an office holder. The elected or appointed office holder grants access permissions, again, not DOR. For example, if you are a county treasurer and you want to file the statement of assessment or the SOA for one of your municipalities using MyDORGov, you would have to request access to file the SOA from the municipal clerk. The office holder must grant you the requested access. Contact the office holder directly if you are waiting for your access approval. You only need access to MyDORGov if you e-file forms through MyDORGov. If you file the SOA using the file transfer option, you don't need to request access to the SOA in MyDORGov. There may be several sections on the right side panel under your user profile. There is an access on behalf of, which lists other offices or other users you are authorized on behalf of. There is also others authorized on your behalf. This is for office holders only and shows the users that you gave permission to on your behalf. There may also be pending sections that display when there are pending requests that need to be reviewed. In each section, the districts are sorted by district code. As we mentioned, you must make an access request if you want access to a form. Common examples of this are deputy roles, staff roles in a municipal or county office, assessor, or other representatives filing on behalf of a district or company office holder. DOR is rolling out an enhancement to the access request process in a few weeks. If you are subscribed to DOR e-News, you will receive notice of this. This enhancement offers office holders more flexibility when granting access to others. Office holders will be able to grant view, edit, or all access for each user and for each form. Let's take a closer look. Our example user, Krista Sample, wants access to all forms for the Fish Creek Sanitary District. Since Krista currently does not hold this office, she will need to request access. So we will click Request Access. Choose the office from the Select Office dropdown. Enter the district name or code. If you don't know the code, you can enter the name. Click the district name to select Door County Fish Creek Sanitary District Number 1. When you request access, you need to specify which access type you want in the comments box. If you are unsure what each access type is, click the green help symbol to review the access. Type definitions. View allows the user to view the form only. The user cannot save or submit a form. Edit allows the user to view, make changes, and save the form, but not submit a form. All access allows the user to view, make changes, save the form, and also submit the form on the office holder's behalf. Prior to this enhancement, the only option was all access. Provide an explanation for your request in the comments field, including which form and access type you are requesting. Note that office holders still have access to all their forms, even if they grant access to another user on their behalf. Again, you can click Cancel at any time to return to your user information page. We'll click Send to submit the request. This sends an email to the office holder to process your request. Your request will be under Pending Requests on behalf of until the office holder approves or denies your request. After the office holder processes your request, you will receive an email notifying you of their decision. If approved, you can log into MyDORGov and access the forms you have been approved to access. The district or office will now be available on your home page, listed under Access on Behalf of. Once you have access to specific forms and need to change or add to the list of forms, email or call the office holder directly so they can modify your access. You do not need to send another access request. When this enhancement goes into effect, all forms you currently have access to will default to all access. If you don't need to submit a form, reach out to the office holder directly and have them change your access type to View if you just need to see a form, or change your access type to Edit if you would like to make and save changes to a form. We'll cover how an official can change access later in this presentation. Now that we know how to request access to forms, let's take a look at how the office holder approves or denies an access request. We currently have a pending request from Sarah Sample for access on Krista Sample's behalf for the Treasurer's Office in Door County. To process this request, click the pencil icon. Review the requester information. Sarah is our example. Requested access displays the district for the request. Under Action Needed, you can deny her request by clicking Deny at the bottom, or approve her request by selecting the appropriate access. If you need to review the access type definitions, click the Help symbol on the left. All forms, you can give her access to view all current and future forms, edit all current and future forms, or give her all access to all current and future forms. Or you can give her access to the specific forms individually. For example, if you want her to just view the LC 663 County Lottery Credit Audit Review, but view, edit, save, and submit the PA 662 Lottery and Gaming Credit and First Dollar Credit Report, you need to check the appropriate boxes next to each form. In this example, we'll give all access to all forms and click Approve. Sarah now is listed under the Others Authorized on Your Behalf section. When this enhancement is live, any user who currently has access to any form will automatically have the All Access type. If you don't want someone to have access to submit a form, you will need to change their access. To do this, you will need to review and change accesses, which we'll go over next. Remember, office holders still have access to all their forms, even if they grant access to another user on their behalf. To review access, use the user information icon to view the forms you have access to, or the forms others have access to on your behalf. Listed under Access on Behalf of, we have access to several forms on Amy Sample's behalf. She is the municipal clerk treasurer for the town of Liberty Grove. Let's take a look at our access. For both the municipal retail license report and the Board of Review member training affidavit, we have view-only access. We have access to edit the open book and Board of Review calendar, the statement of taxes, and the tax increment worksheet, which means we can make changes and save these forms, but can't submit the form. The actual clerk treasurer for the town of Liberty Grove still needs to submit these forms. However, we do have all access for the PA 521 statement of assessment. This means that we can view, edit, save, and submit the forms. Also listed under Access on Behalf of, we have access to forms for the Door County Clerk. Sally Sample gave us access to only view one form, the PC 400 State and County Apportionment Form. If you are an office holder and have users listed in the Others Authorized on Your Behalf section, you can adjust their access at any time. Use the pencil icon for this. For Andrea Sample, who currently has view-only access to all forms, you can change her access type on all forms, current and future. Or you can select specific forms and the access level you want to provide. For this example, we'll give her access to edit the statement of assessment and all access so she can file the statement of taxes. Then click Update. If you click the info icon for Andrea Sample, you should see the access type for each form. Remember, all users that an office holder previously granted access to will have the access type all access to forms when this enhancement rolls out. If you want to edit a user's access, use the pencil icon to change all access to view or edit. This is important if you only want a user to view or edit a form, not to submit a form. The last item we'll show you on this right side panel is how to remove access. You can remove your access or another user's access on your behalf. Under the Access on Behalf of section, if you see an access that you no longer need, you can remove it by clicking the X. You are asked to confirm the access removal. When you confirm, your access is removed immediately. Under the Others Authorized on Your Behalf section, as an office holder, you can remove someone's access on your behalf. It's a similar process. Just click the X and confirm. Their access is immediately removed. There is one last button at the top right of the user information screen that assessors can access. Manage software tokens. If you are not an assessor, this button is grayed out. If you are an assessor and want to use direct electronic filing through your CAMA system, you need a token which acts as an authorization code to allow you to file. This token does not allow your software vendor to view or manage your account. To get a token, click Manage Software Tokens. Click the plus sign in the blue bar labeled Tokens. Enter a name for your token. This can be any name that will help you identify this token. Click Create to generate the token. Give this token to your CAMA provider. Once entered into your CAMA system, you can use direct electronic filing. You should refer to your CAMA provider for specific instructions on how to provide them the token. Each token has an expiration date. When it expires, create a new token and delete the expired one. To delete a token, click the X to the left of the token name, then click Yes. This permanently deletes the token. On the user information page and other pages throughout the site, you'll see the retractable menu and the clickable capital icon, which help you navigate through the site. Use the retractable menu in the top right to easily navigate to other pages. From this menu, you can return to the main menu or home page or navigate to other pages. Form filing, historical filings, notifications, and online help. The page you are currently on is grayed out in the menu. In our case, it's user information. Make a selection or close the menu. You can also get back to the MyDORGov homepage by clicking the capital icon in the upper left. On the home page, you can click one of the boxes to go to another page. Or if you'd like to return to DOR's website, click the R logo in the top left. Now, let's take a look at the second box on the MyDORGov homepage, the form filing page, which lists your active forms and their due dates. The form filing box on the home page lists the most current forms available for you to file. Once you're on the form filing page, if you would like to see a list of all your forms, even those that are not active, click Online Services, which takes you to our Government e-Services online filing webpage, where you can also download filing reminders for each of our forms. Let's go back to the form filing page. There is a menu bar at the top of the form filing page. This is where your district or office is listed. If you have more than one district or office, use the drop-down menu to select another district or office to see the forms associated with that office. You can choose a specific form, a filing status for a specific form, or search for a specific form. The table lists your active forms, including their filing status, date filed, and due date. Since most of you have multiple forms to file throughout the year, it's easy to quickly see where a form is in the filing process, whether you already filed the form and the date you filed it, or whether you just saved the form and still need to submit it. Let's sort the table by filing status to see which forms we have filed and which forms still need attention. For instance, you can see that the PA 521 Statement of Assessment was filed November 21st, 2024. I just want to point out here that we are not in a live environment for this webinar. So these forms and the due dates that are showing on this screen may differ from the forms and the due dates that you see in your MyDORGov account. Now, we'll show you how to access a form and the common features within each form. After your profile is created and your access is approved, you can access forms. We're going to file Form SL302M, which is the Municipal Official Contact Information Form. Like we mentioned earlier, this is the form to file if you need to update your email address. You can also update your contact information and other local officials' contact information by filing this form. Make sure the correct district or office is listed at the top of the page before selecting a form. Click the form name to open the form. If you are a municipal official and need to consolidate multiple profiles, create a secondary email address, disable or deactivate a user's profile, contact DOR at lgs@wisconsin.gov for assistance. But to just update your email address or contact information, file Form SL302M, the Municipal Official Contact Information, or Form SL302, the County Official Contact Information. Again, this is DOR's new procedure for municipalities and counties to update their contact information. The first page of each form in MyDORGov looks similar. On the top left, you can review the general instructions before you get started. There may also be a link to detailed form instructions. We provide contact information on the right in case you have form questions. The phone numbers listed take you directly to staff who can answer form-specific questions. There's also a link for general online filing help. When you're ready, select Start Filing to begin. Once you're in the form, a few things are consistent across all MyDORGov forms. Left blue panel within each form provides a menu. To hide or show this menu, click the icon at the top left. You may be able to save, submit, print, or exit your form from here. However, depending on your access, certain buttons may be disabled. When the new enhancement rolls out, if you have edit or view access, the form displays a banner showing what actions you can take on the form. In this example, we only have view access. Along with the banner, you can also see that the Save and Submit button are not available. If you have all access, there is no banner and all the buttons on the left panel are available. It's nice to have the option to save a form so you can finish it later in case you have an appointment or if you need more information. You can print a PDF version of the form at any time. When you click Print, depending on your browser, the PDF may open in a new tab or provide a prompt at the bottom of your screen. We are in Chrome, so it opens in a new tab. You can also see the contact information for questions related to the form you are working on. Click Online Filing Help to open another tab and go to our Using MyDORGov page. There are common questions and videos for MyDORGov available on this help page. Last, in the blue panel, you will see a few symbols used throughout the form. Watch for these as you complete the form. For instance, A green help symbol provides additional information. Okay, so coming back to the form, on the right, there is a gray panel, which typically provides additional instruction. There can be different information in this gray panel depending on the form and the section you are working on. Fields with the red asterisk are required fields. You must make an entry in that field. To navigate through each form, click Next in the upper right corner to continue. You can also navigate using the menu style listing at the top. This list lets you know if you completed a page. You will see a check mark in that section's drop-down list. This lets you know if you completed a page. Okay, you'll see if there are errors or warnings on a page. The last page in each form is the Prepare Signature page. On most forms, the information from your user profile is already filled in for you. Enter any missing or incorrect information. If this information is missing or incorrect, you may want to view your MyDORGov profile and make updates. You can also attach files from this page if needed. Some of our forms have attachment boxes throughout them. To attach a file, click the paperclip icon. Click Choose a File. Select the appropriate file. You'll see the file name appear here. Click Start Upload. Your file now appears in the form as attached. You can't attach a file with special characters in the name. If you try, it will not attach. If you attached an incorrect file, click the minus sign to remove it. And then repeat the steps above to choose a new file. You must read and check yes for the signature statement. If your form has errors or warnings, they appear in the table at the bottom of the page. Click the arrow in each row to go to the section with the error. Our form has both error and warning symbols. If you have a warning, you can still submit your form. If the warning asks you to verify your entry, type an explanation in the comments box at the top of the page. DOR recommends you enter comments. This may save a phone call from an auditor verifying your form's information. Let's click the second arrow for the error message. You must agree to the statement and select Yes to file. You go directly to the page with the error and you can see the error in field symbol. You also see a warning in field symbol on this page. Click the warning symbol to review the message. Again, you can still submit the form with a warning message, but you should enter an explanation in the comments section of the Signature Prepare page. Note that there are green help symbols throughout the form. Make sure to click them for additional help. After you correct all the errors, click Submit in the left blue panel. The confirmation page then appears. Just a reminder, when filing the official contact information form, please confirm or update contact information for the other officials on the form as well. We need these updates to ensure that DOR has the most recently elected officials in our database and can share that data with other state agencies. We appreciate your help. Let's exit this form and return to the home page. These forms are available all year long from the form filing box on the home page for municipal or county clerks and treasurers. If you're filing Form SL302 to update your email address, you also need to reset your account. This way, your new email address communicates with MyDORGov. We'll go over how to reset your account later in this webinar. Now that we know how to file a form, let's look at the historical filings page, the third box on the MyDORGov homepage, which comes in handy when you want to see previously submitted forms for your district or office. On this page, you can review and print forms filed for the current year, plus forms filed in the past 3 years. This means that if you forgot to print a form you just submitted, you don't need to amend the form in order to print it. Just come to the historical filings page, choose the form you want to print, and print it accordingly. Clerks and treasurers have access to view forms their municipality or county filed. Anyone who has access on an office holder's behalf can also see the filed forms they have access to. When you open the page, the drop-down menus are set to all, so you can see all the forms you have access to. Make a selection in the drop-down to narrow your search. You can also sort by clicking the arrows in each column. Let's take a look. You can view forms by your district office, forms listed by number and name, filing year. You can also enter a keyword in the search box. You can use one or all of the filters to find what you're looking for. Let's select clerk in the district office dropdown. Now the forms listed only include those the municipal clerk is assigned to file. Let's use the form dropdown to select the PA 632 statement of taxes. Now the page only shows the statement of taxes that were previously filed. To narrow the results further, you can select a specific year. To view a form, click the form name link. Make sure your browser is set up to allow pop-ups from the DOR website because a new tab opens. From this page, you can download a copy of the form, print a copy of the form, or save it as a PDF. Let's use the search field to look for a form. Let's enter tax and see which forms appear. Now the list includes several different forms that include tax in the name. Click the X to remove the search criteria. The forms table includes the form year, district office, form number, form name, attachments, and date filed. You can use the arrows to sort any of the columns. We'll sort by form number. Now the list is in alphanumeric order by form number. If a filed form included attachments, you'll see View in the Attachments column. Click the link to see the attachments for that form. A dialog box opens. If there are multiple attachments, each is listed individually. Click the attachment link to open the attachment. Like with our forms, a new tab opens. You can now download, print, or save a PDF of the attachment. We'll close the attachment to return to the historical filings page. Click the X on the tab and then the X to close the attachments dialog box. Next, let's return to the home page by clicking the capital icon. Let's take a look at the notifications page. Here, you will see important notices and reminders from DOR. In the box on the home page, you can see how many new messages you received since you last visited the page. When you click the notification box, you can see the list of notices DOR sent to your role in the past 3 years. Note that, again, we're in a testing environment for this webinar, so we don't have access to any notices that have been filed in 2025. What you see on this screen may differ from what you see in your MyDORGov account. If you only have access on behalf of an office holder, you won't see the notices the office holder received. Keep in mind, some DOR messages are not listed here, so we recommend signing up for our email lists, which will show you how to do that in a few moments. Like the historical filing page, when you open the page, the drop-down menus are set to all. This way, you see all the notices you have received. You can change the drop-downs to filter your results. Let's change the year to 2022 so we can view the messages received that year. You can also check View New Messages Only to see the new messages since you last visited this page. You can sort the list by date, district, message, or attachments column. Let's sort by the message name. Now the list of notices is sorted in alphabetical order. To view a message, click the link in the message column. A dialog box opens with the message. Click the X to close the message. If a message has attachments, click View. A new dialog box opens. Click the link to open the attachment you want to view. Like on the historical filings page, a new tab opens where you can download, print, or save a PDF of the attachment. To get back to the notifications page, click the X on the tab, then click the X to close the attachments dialog box. Let's go back to the home page to look at the other options. Online Help opens a web page on a new tab with a lot of useful information. Under Filing System, you'll find links to our common questions on how-to videos. The Contact Us section lists the contacts based on the type of user. In the Resources section, there are links to download filing reminders, links to view the local government calendar and recent and prior year news, and to sign up for our email lists. I highly recommend subscribing to DOR e-News. This is where we notify subscribers of due dates, payment dates, law changes, forms available for filing, the new enhancement to forms, and a lot of other helpful information. If you're a county official, email otaz@wisconsin.gov with your request to join the list. Otherwise, click Subscribe to DOR e-News. Check the lists you'd like to subscribe to. You may subscribe to more than one. There are many helpful lists available. Then enter your email in the address box and click Subscribe. You'll receive an email to confirm. We will not enter an email for this webinar. To get back to the MyDORGov homepage, close the Online Help tab by clicking the tab's X. We have one more option the last box on the MyDORGov account homepage, Reset Account to review. Only use this option if you would like to sign out and log in with another email address. You only need to reset your account if you have multiple email addresses. You see No Assigned Offices or Disable on your homepage, or if you just filed an SL302 form. For example, you want to log in with a different email address because you have a work email address and a personal email address. Or you use different email addresses to access the system because you have multiple office holder positions you want to keep separate. When you click this box, you see a pop-up window asking if you are sure you want to log out of your account. If you would like to sign out and log in with another email address, click Yes. Otherwise, click Cancel. When you select Yes, it logs you out of MyDORGov with your current email address. This allows you to click the MyDORGov icon to log in with a different email address. You'll receive a new link by email and you'll be able to access the system. We're going to click Cancel and return to the home page. Congratulations! We just completed our walkthrough of MyDORGov. If you have any questions or comments, please enter them in the chat or email lgs@wisconsin.gov. Now I'll turn this back over to Nick.
Thanks, Lynn. Reach out to us with questions at the listed contact information. If you need help or are having system issues, use these help links. If you'd like to watch this webinar again or have someone else watch it, we'll post the recorded version on our website within a week. We'll also post the questions and answers from the webinar as a PDF. Both will be on the DOR training page. How do you get to the DOR training page? On DOR's website, click Training at the bottom of the page. This brings you to the DOR training page. The items for this webinar will be listed under Recent Recorded Webinars. To view older webinars and training videos, scroll down to Training by Topic and click what you'd like to view under Local Governments. This completes today's Lunch and Learn webinar. Thank you all for joining us. If you have any additional questions after the webinar, use the email address on the screen to reach out to us. The email address is also in the presentation. As you exit the webinar, please take a few moments to fill out a brief survey. It will open in a new tab. Thank you and have a great day.